Hello everybody and welcome to After Hours. Day 3 is complete. What a day it's been. Before I introduce my guests, I've got Alice again with me tonight. We've got Danny Mullins as well. He's had a fantastic day. Before we get on to that, let's just have a little look at what's coming up tonight in the show. It's going to be absolutely jam-packed. We're going to fill it in for you. We've got, of course, Danny Mullins, who just introduced him, special guest, a very special guest after the back of his day. And we've got highlights of today's race, an interview with Sir Anthony McCoy, AP, for those who want to just call him AP. And the Boodles Gold Cup as well. We're going to reflect on tomorrow's Gold Cup, which is going to be very, very exciting indeed. A question we want to pose to everybody at home, though, before we get going, is who wins the Boodles Gold Cup tomorrow? It's obviously a fascinating race. It's the feature of the week. So let us know. Go on social now and on the comments on the After Hours stream, let us know. Tell us who wins tomorrow's Gold Cup. Tonight's guest, Danny Mullins, right?
Woo, woo, woo. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
We're not worthy. I'm catching my breath, and I'm thinking you're the one should be catching your breath. I bet you've been absolutely jammed in. Like, you've had a tremendous day. I want to talk about this first and foremost, but I want to kind of show everybody at home who missed what's happened today the real reaction, so they can, for anyone who's got in from work, just join us.
Let's see it.
All right. Well, Rosie's been out and about. Rosie, who's with us all week, she does a fantastic job. She's been out and about before the Paddy Power Stayers to speak to some very famous faces. Let's see who Rosie caught up with.
I'm here in the parade ring before the Paddy Power Stayers hurdle, where you can see the atmosphere is really building, and we can see all of the horses walking around before the race, including Champ. And we caught up earlier with another Champ. AP, Champ is running in the Paddy Power Stayers hurdle race today, notably named after you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, when we got him as a young horse, he was really well bred, he was really good looking, he was really athletic, there was lots of potential there. Someone said, well, we call him Bradley Cooper, and then I thought, that sounds, that doesn't sound right, so we called him Champ instead. I'm not saying that I was Champ, but yeah, so that's where he got his name from. He basically had it all.
Well, of course, and it's not really about you, AP, it's actually...
Why not?
Well, it's about the other AP McCoy in your life, your son Archie, who is Champ's biggest fan.
Yeah, he is. From a very young age. Archie obviously was very young when I retired, so he didn't get to see me ride much, but this was his favourite horse. We had him at home for a summer, and he was told that he was kind of named after me, so Champ is Archie's favourite, and he's coming to watch him, and hopefully he wins for him. And
do you think Archie might be a future Champ?
He doesn't know whether he wants to be Rory McIlroy or Cristiano Ronaldo. I would be quite happy with either, to be perfectly honest. But if he changes his mind and wants to be a jockey, then so be it. But yeah, I think the much better life following the sun around the world would be Rory McIlroy.
Definitely. And lastly, it is St Patrick's Day. Can you just talk us through the little crest in your pocket?
Crest? This is a shamrock. Do you know nothing about Ireland? I mean, at least, to be fair, at least you did turn up in green. It looks very smart and all that. This is a shamrock, so it's St Patrick's Day. So it means a lot to us Irish. I'm quite patriotic, so we're going to enjoy the day, and hopefully Ireland have lots of winners.
Let's hope so. Good luck.
Thank you.
This is Royal Kahala, looking ripe and ready to go as he canters out. Next coming out is Home by the Lee, looking very calm. And just behind him is Time Hill, followed by Linsnaga Oscar. Well, here comes Paisley Park, who is looking absolutely fantastic. And he is followed by Koshari. And behind him is Flooring Porter. And here he is. Here is the Champ, looking absolutely phenomenal.
It's not a bad shot, is it?
Not too bad at all.
Good one to watch back.
Definitely.
I want to sum up how good this is. I want to speak to you. I'm not itching to get your reaction to this race, but I want to show the full race highlights. Rosie, that was an amazing piece there, by the way. That was fantastic insight. Famous faces, of course. But let's have a look back for people who've just got in this afternoon or this evening. Let's just show you what happened in the Paddy Power Stayers today for those who did miss the final bit of the race.
Over the
second from home. Flooring Porter still going as well as anything as he makes the run now down into the home straight and entering the final 3 furlongs of the Stayers Hurdle. Flooring Porter is out in front. Champ now cuts to the inside with Royal Kahala. Then Classical Dream on the outside of Time Hill, who is trying to stay on. Kashari is next, but it's Danny Mullins and Flooring Porter who still have the lead. Now they're inside the final quarter of a mile. One more flight to take. Flooring Porter has the lead. Classical Dream on the near side. Champ on the far side. Time Hill trying to stay on. Paisley Park is picking up late. Flooring Porter at the final flight now. Flooring Porter out in front by 2 lengths to Classical Dream in second. Time Hill is in third. Champ is in fourth. Paisley Park staying on in fifth. But it's Flooring Porter who is out in front, and he's going to defend his championship. He's a brilliant winner, a back-to-back winner of the Stayers Hurdle. Flooring Porter wins again. It was tight for second. A rallying Paisley Park on the outside of Time Hill, followed by Champ and the rest.
I mean, welcome, Danny Mullins. I could let you speak now. What a day. Just talk to us, sum that up.
You know, Flooring Porter, kinky little horse at times, but you know, he behaves impeccably today.
No, not my kinky. A different kinky. But very sexy though. You got it done nicely.
Definitely, yeah. There was a lot of sex appeal about that victory.
There was something really weird about you though, because you were so calm in going into a championship race at the festival. When I spoke to you at the end, it was almost like you had this kind of sense. You just had this sense it was going to happen. You never really doubted it.
No, you know, it's funny, in the parade ring beforehand, speaking to the owners, they were very nervous. They asked me, am I nervous? Not really. We have a plan. I think we'll win. We'll go out and we'll do our job.
Yeah. How confident were you? You saying there you think you'll win? Just for those people who, you know, don't get to see that side of racing, the chat you have with the connections beforehand, you come out, you know your instructions anyway, because it's a big race. It's not like you're sitting on the horse for the first time.
There's only one way of riding, isn't there, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, you know. I had a plan. I'd look through the race, just get him down to the start, chilled out, and flow from there. You know, I believed in the horse. I know he has that engine to go out and go a proper gallop all the way. You know, it'd take a fair horse to go with him and keep the gallop up. They'll probably try that next year, but I want to go.
That bit of rain would have been up.
He would have probably been around last year.
Yeah.
Even maybe Gavin was a bit cautious about the ground this year, but I think Cheltenham's done a fantastic job with it, and it's in great shape out there. Good horses do their job like they're supposed to. Good, soft, whatever comes their way.
It nearly cost $5 grand.
Yeah, no, it's a joke. They're the stories. But that's the beauty of the festival. You look back in recent history, you get those horses which cost nothing, and they go on to win. That's why the sport's so good.
But what about the winners' enclosure? I mean, it was like being in a sort of cup final or something. It was like nothing Cheltenham see. You were being carried around on their shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the lads really enjoyed it. And to see, as you say, a horse bought relatively cheap, mixing it with, you know, JP McManus was there to shake the lads' hands afterwards. It's the best, you know. See what can be done in racing, and a horse that can bring a team like 50 lads in the winners' enclosure going absolutely crazy. That's special.
But beat yourself up for a second, because we like to do that on this show, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
How good were you out there today? You've given him a good spin.
Well, what did you give
Come
yourself
on.
out of 10?
Don't be modest. Be straight. Just
Tipped away. The plan works. Right?
tipped away.
The plan works. You know, the credit really has to go to Gavin Cromwell and the team at home, because the horse hasn't won all season. He's been fairly quirky in a few of his prep races, and Gavin has trained all season with Cheltenham in mind, and this is what it's all about. You know, I said to Gavin coming in after, I said, job done.
Because he is quirky, isn't he? I mean, everyone was talking beforehand about whether last year he had no crowds, this year whether that would blow his brain. You had the red hood on. When did they actually take that off? Right at the start, or when?
Once he cantered down to the start, we whipped that off down there, and Justin met me at the start. And a big part of the horse is as well, you know, Cara led him up, and she had him so chilled in the parade ring before I even got on him. So it's just a case of me keeping the revs down, get down to the start.
I did also notice that Carol is rather gorgeous. And when we were at the top of the hill, we were quite keen to get her smiling in the photographs. She's going to look really nice on your mantelpiece, and your winning photograph, Carol.
Yeah, Cara, yeah. Well, all the lads have been after her.
Sorry. Cara, who led out the Flooring Porter, is not only brilliant with the horse, she's utterly gorgeous.
Stunning.
And he's waiting at the thing. Cara, smile.
She was short of breath, so she wasn't after, and she wasn't sure what was after happening. I said, soak it up, enjoy.
She is absolutely gorgeous, and so much credit. You gave her the credit, didn't you? Because this horse, you know what it's like with your mare and something. The team behind, if the team got it wrong with this horse, it was won or lost, wasn't it, from Saturday to today when they got the horse over it and how that went.
That's exactly it. That's literally it. I mean, there's you get complications in racing. It's not just getting a horse over to Ireland. You can have complications with ferries. You can have complications with anything. You need everything to go your way. You need a lot of luck in racing, but you need a team to give you the best opportunity to do everything. You say there, like, put the hood on him, you keep him settled. Your job then is to get on the horse and get him down to the start A1 and then do your right. But leading up to it, it's mechanics. It's like a... it is weirdly, it's like a golf swing. You've got to get everything right for you to hit it out the middle.
Rhythm has to be set a couple of days beforehand. Yeah. Gavin got him here on Saturday for horse run on Thursday. Would be very early. Usually horses might arrive 2 days beforehand. But he knew they had a plan set out, and it came together beautifully.
Yeah. But this is a good one. Obviously, we talk about how horses got to get ready. You had to get ready for Cheltenham as well. So let's see how Danny got himself ready for Cheltenham, on the road to Cheltenham. I don't know if there's any women watching, but I know Alice Plunkett was. He's short of breath. You're short of breath now.
That is insane. The muscle structure in your back is unbelievable. How much of that do you do? How many weights do you do?
So I do one session in the gym every week, and last July I broke my neck and crushed 2 vertebrae in my back, and since then, I was back riding in October. But to have a team like Enda King gives me my programs and Santry to work with at home, and to have a team like that behind you to get you ready for the next time. For a jockey, it's not a case of if you're going to fall, it's when. So you have to have your body in good condition. See Paul Townend fall here today, bang, up, out, rides winner the next race. That's where we have to be at.
But we were discussing that. You said about how you need to have that preparation for if you're going to fall. I think what is it? 1 in how many rides?
1 in 10.
1 in 10. Yeah, 1 in 10. 1 in 11.
That much, you're probably not trying hard.
Yeah, exactly. But you saying then you got to get yourself in because you were obviously very light at one stage, lighter than you are now. But that bit of muscle tone, that bit of muscle structure helps make a fall a little bit more.
It just gives you that suspension when you hit the ground.
Bit of cushion.
Your muscles can absorb more than pressure that's been put on your bones so you don't break.
I saw you were looking at a computer this time. What was that about?
That's a DEXA scan, so we have that in racing school in Ireland as well, just to check your bone density and your body fat levels. And
so are you taking calcium and that sort of
stuff?
stuff?
So I take calcium every morning just to keep it topped up, and I'm lucky enough I have a relatively simple diet, but if there's days you're doing light, you just want to keep the vitamins up and try to keep your body in good shape.
But we've just passed over the fact that you broke your neck and you crushed however many vertebrae.
You know what?
And we're
That's because
they're
rock solid. You kind of forget that. I was actually thinking. We said I was thinking, if I broke my neck, I'd still be suffering now. I know that for a fact. But you're animals. I think you're just rocks. Well, you are. You're not rock solid, but you're. I don't know what it is with jockeys. Tough as nails.
But how long were you out for with that injury?
I was out for 3 months. I think it happened in July. I rode on the 1st of October again.
And can you believe the season you're having with King George now Festival winner?
Some things work out, though, don't they? The weird.
It's a credit to the people I'm riding for. professional jockeys are supposed to turn up and do their job, and that's what I do. Without the horses, I wouldn't be able to achieve any of this. And
Amazing.
it's a credit to everybody else. They make my job simple.
That's fantastic.
When you say that, I mean, you ride Tornado Firm, we talk about him in the Gold Cup. The ride you gave him was just phenomenal. Everybody said you rode him to death. What about your family? Because you carry the Mullins name. And, you know, and sometimes having a big legacy like the Mullins behind you is actually something that's almost crushing because it's such a name to carry. Tell us a little bit about that extraordinary family you're involved with.
Yeah, so I suppose it all started with Granny and Grandad, Maureen and Paddy, and their success. So you go back to the likes of Don Run, winner champion hurdle, Gold Cup. It snowballed from there. You see what Willie is doing today. I suppose I'm an underachiever with my pedigree. My mother was a champion jockey, my father was a champion jockey, so you know, I have a bit to go yet.
An underachiever, listen to it.
In terms, was it always I'm going to be a jockey? That's what everyone else in my family is doing. That's what I'm going to do racing. Was there any thought of doing anything else?
No, you know, from probably about 4 years old, I'd say it was jockey, and I left school when I was 15. If I seen somebody doing that now, I'd ask them how they got their head examined. So it's funny, like during the early part of the season, I always like to do some courses and try and level myself up education-wise as well. So
What's the best course you've done? What's the funniest course you've done that you found the most interesting?
myself and Emmett Mullins on the Green Search, we had good fun doing that.
What's the Green Search?
Yeah, so it's an agricultural course in Ireland. Good tax implications for doing it and that as well. So you have to be using your head. And, yeah, that was good fun. A pair of us.
What did you learn? How to drive a tractor?
I actually learned how to use a laptop properly and that.
Oh,
that. So
that's half the struggle.
Yeah,
isn't it,
yeah,
really?
it is getting typing up all the bits and doing all that. So, you know, while riding racehorses is important, seeing with my injuries this year, sometimes, I think with my level of fitness, I'll do it a lot longer than even the lads are retiring at now, but you never really know, so you have to be prepared for anything that comes at you.
What would you do if you went to Jockey? If it stopped
good
tomorrow,
question.
what would you do?
Well, it's probably a silly dream, but I'd always love to be a Formula 1 driver. I love Formula 1, and that's mighty. Actually got my rally driving license this summer as well.
I bet you
Rally driving license.
I bet you've watched the next series of Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
I'm 3 episodes into the next. That's good. It's good. Yeah,
My
really
boys love that. But can I be your co-driver?
It'd be good. Now, you want to have pretty much balls of steel now. Anything can
You struggle with
I think
that.
it might be a bit squealy.
I think you'd be, potentially. You're a bit a nervous passenger. You'd be alright.
Quite good at reading a map though.
You could change your tyres.
Yeah.
You'd be good at that.
Yeah. Well, what would you be a good passenger?
I'll be a psychological speaker. I get him A1 mentally, and then you push. Yeah, you're more like we'll get you in the garage.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
We'll get you out of the way.
I know with you. That's not.
That is a compliment. Right, let's
focus.
Let's focus. Let's have a look over the Ryanair today. Obviously, another feature race of the day. So let's see what happened earlier in the Ryanair, and then we'll reflect on that.
It's Allaho who takes the turn into the home straight. Now Janadil moves into second. On the outside, Conflated is staying on. On the inside, Eldorado Allen. Shanblue is next, down towards the second last. And Allaho still has this handy advantage. It's nearly 4 lengths as he takes the second from home. Janadil over in second. Down, Conflated when challenging for second place. And down now towards the final fence. Allaho is clear at the final fence now. He's over safely, he puddled his way through it, but he's clear of Janadil staying on in second. Eldorado Allen is back in third. He has made every yard of the running. He will be only the second horse to win the Ryanair twice, and it is Allaho who again wins the Ryanair. Allaho much the best. He beats into second Janadil. In third was Eldorado Allen, and in fourth came Fanion Destraval.
That's an interesting one. Obviously, I mean, Allaho has absolutely bolted up there. Great for Portown, and obviously had the fall earlier in the afternoon. First race of the day, Galopin de Champs, hosing up, wow, clear. How did you analyse that fall for me? It takes a lot for a jockey, obviously bounce back and then obviously go and do something like that, but that was an interesting moment earlier in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was. You know, Galopin fell, Paul did nothing wrong there, but you know, in that situation, lesser men would have questioned themselves and they wouldn't have gone out for the ride on Allaho and ridden with such confidence.
Yeah.
You know, early fences, Paul's lighting up his neck. You know, he believed in Allaho again. Sign of a true professional. You know, come in, dust himself off, get going, and out there and win again.
I think it's almost like that. We talk about it like the Rachel Blackmore mentality. How she can ride a winner, she can ride whatever winner it is. If she's riding in a standard handicap the next race, she's straight on that. Focus, changes, switches.
What do you like, Paul? He seems, you know, massive boots to fill when Ruby will step down and step up as first jockey. Every time you come to a festival, you're coming with multiple favourites. Tell us a bit about him as a guy. I don't know him at all, and he just seems so sound. What's he like?
Yeah, Paul's a great fella. You know, he's lucky. We live about 15 minutes from each other at home. We chill out a good bit, you know, and riding out every day together. We travel racing a bit together, and Paul hasn't changed. I first met him probably when I was 14 or 15 pony racing, and he hasn't changed a bit since. Obviously now he's got a lot more pressure on him, but yeah, he delivers every time, and you know, he's a credit. As I say, filling Ruby's boots was never an easy task, to be candid, but he's coming through it very well.
And what family has he got? Like, is he married, or what's his
No,
background?
his girlfriend Anna, an Italian girl. Yeah, he's gone out with Anna a good few years, and
Any parents in racing? Or?
no, Paul's mum died when he was young, and his father Timmy would have ridden as well, and I think his uncle Bob would have ridden as well.
So he's been with Willie forever, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's actually Davy Condon's first cousin. So Davy retired a few years ago with a bad injury as well, but Davy was another top class rider.
But it's great to see.
Yeah.
But I mean, what a performance again! An absolute rout job.
Alec, he's massive, isn't he?
Tank.
I was standing
Yeah,
into him in the
huge.
paddock. Like, you just get watching him there, you can't get. He is an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's huge. Like, to see him in the flesh, like he's a giant, and then jumps around perfectly, goes down to the last, makes an absolute bollocks of it. Still is nimble enough, find the leg, and bang, he's gone again to win.
Amazing.
I know.
horse.
I went with the walkback interview. I just didn't want. I knew Ed wanted me to go. Oh, what were you thinking going to last? I just couldn't ask him because I just thought.
I know, same mentality.
If
But
he'd
the
done
thing
it
is, you go
again-
back earlier in the afternoon, galloping the shot. He probably jumped the last earlier better than he jumped any fence around the track. That's how I saw it.
It was
'cause I-
literally one of those things, wasn't
Yeah.
it? He took the first drive, his next one he just.
And it was an absolute peach. You go out there, you unsettle Bob Ollinger, and that's exactly what he did. Inject a bit of pace down the back when they hit the dipping ground. Tactically, it was genius. Who knows what it was? Maybe a bit of false ground. I don't know.
Airplane nose.
Was there anything about that potential bit of false ground or bit? Was it? Did he?
I'd say that's
No,
somebody
just-
looking for a story. You know,
Okay.
these things happen. It's
Yeah.
sports or horses. They're
Just
not
horses
machines,
just
and,
didn't get his feet up on the other
you know,
side.
some morning you might come downstairs and fall over as well. So
Yeah.
it can happen.
Can happen. That is racing. Well, let's round up day 3, looking at the ROA leading owner initially. That's Gigginstown. There's no real change from yesterday. So Gigginstown lead there. The Holland Cooper leader jockey, the man we're just chatting about, Paul Townend, leading trainer, Mr. Mullins, of course. And the Pressbury Cup. Let's see how the Pressbury Cup standings are as present.
This
there we
is
are.
exciting.
That's good.
Look at that.
Okay, this is a
Sorry,
this is a
look at that.
difference.
Just look at that, okay? I know last year we've spent a whole year being battered by everybody that apparently English racing's gone to pot. No English trainer can train.
You're one of the reasons why
Look.
you're notched in front.
It just happened.
It's good to see that though. Like last year, I know it's fantastic for the Irish, but
You want the competitive.
you needed to be competitive.
It's built within the Chandler Festival. Like,
Hey, hello.
hello, John. Where do you come from?
just
Squeezing on the
Just
end.
a little pop
Joyce
up.
Daisy's back again.
How
Bless
are
you.
mate?
Yeah, very good.
Good day?
Yeah, I must admit, I was so impressed by Gallopin de Champs. We've had so many special performances for Reporter, Honeysuckle, even Constitution Hill, but up until that point, I thought it was just breathtaking.
Yeah,
It was magic.
absolutely.
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
big congratulations as well with you.
Thank you. It was
Fantastic
mighty.
ride. Yeah.
Yeah, today like was fantastic. There's one actually. I think the ride of the week yesterday went to Rachel Blackmore. Her performance of managing the horse in the bumper coming down the hill. I was following her. The bit had completely gone through her mouth.
Oh, really?
And she had absolutely no steer.
Just
We had
nothing.
come down bypass the third last hurdle. She was looking square on for the fence. Somehow managed to get in. I was looking at her thinking, oh, she's dead, she's gone. pulled it by, like, to me, whatever about winning on honeysuckle, Rachel's horsemanship on that one was unbelievable.
Funny, if we were watching that, we were thinking, is that tack gone? We couldn't work out what could happen. The bit went through the mouth.
Yeah, I seen her going by us halfway down the back straight, and I looked over, and the snaffle is down the side of her mouth, and just a bit of leather in her mouth. So literally, she had no control and still managed it.
She was trying to navigate without a steering wheel there. No steering wheel.
Driving the car and you catch the steering wheel and fire it out the window. Somebody still has a stone on the accelerator.
That's fantastic. Well, let's discuss the Gold Cup tomorrow. You ride Tornado Flying.
Tornado, yes, he was a good winner at King George, and I suppose the fact that King George is on softer ground, I think that gives us great confidence that he'll see out the trip. We've had rain here, now it's been drying out. I think ground could have a bit of good in it again by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Give him a strong each way chance in the race again. It'd be foolish to say I think we'll win, but you know, if things pan out well, he gets jumping well through the middle part of the race, I think he'll come home well.
So plan just to get him in a rhythm.
That's it, you know, even in Kempton I jumped off a bit closer than I wanted to be. I knew that day there was probably going to be a lot of pace, and I dropped in once they went hard, but I don't know if there's going to be quite that early pace tomorrow, so I'd imagine we'll just jump off behind the leaders and just find a nice rhythm wherever it may be after that.
Well, that's what Kempton brings, isn't it? That bit of a sharp track, isn't it? So
yeah, it's a real speed track.
Yeah.
But this different going left-handed for him?
I don't think so. He was third here last year behind Allaho in the Ryanair. Seemed to handle the track well, and the only thing over 2.5 miles, a few days I've ridden him, we're always in the middle part of the race, you're chasing and hoping for a good jump, where Kempton, he turned down the back the second time and he jumped well, and you just say, whoa. So I think at the trip, and even going the extra few furlongs, it just will allow me to get into a nice rhythm through the middle part of the race, and who knows what will happen then.
What about the rest of the runners though? Because I know, Josh, you've been looking at this race since basically the back end of Saturday of last March after the festival.
Are we looking at next year's Gold Cup?
I've been looking at it Friday night this time last year.
But I'm interested to know, Albion Photo, all the vibes out of the yard were so negative for the last sort of 3 weeks, a month of the Silver Gold Cup. Willie's not usually like that. If there's something worrying him, he normally keeps it all very quiet.
I'm going to get the race up.
He's been saying again and again that he's not happy with it.
He's been saying that, but you know, I remember Albion going for his first Gold Cup. Paul couldn't pick between, I think it was himself and Kenboy.
Yeah.
It hadn't really sparkled back then, and even last year, flying before the race, still ran a good race to finish third. So, you know, is Willie kind of just hoping he'd see a star popping up beforehand? I think maybe at home he just does that, and it's a 3 mile 2 chase. Like, you're not going to see a speed horse on the gallop at home. You want him to be tough, and I think maybe Willie's not happy, but I wouldn't be too worried.
Well, Jock, well, I was going to say, obviously, top of the market, Galvin, a Plutard. Obviously, last time out, Galvin just outstayed him right on the line over in Ireland. How do you see it going in terms of the race itself?
It's a very, very hard one, and you can study for as long as you want, but the last 3 days of show doesn't mean anything at all. I was surprised at how quick Galvin was over Christmas at Leopardstown. I didn't think he had that toe, and I thought he would run well in those big grade ones over 3 miles around Leopardstown, but maybe Cheltenham would see the better of him, and I'd maybe just stick with him. I know Gordon's horses haven't been running brilliantly today, but I was surprised at how quick he was, and I think the trip, he won the National Hunt Chase last year, he stayed forever, won't he? So.
The form of that race is kind of unbelievable.
It has,
hasn't it? You know, and I've been watching it closely because No Less was fourth in that race.
Yeah.
But the three of them look really fantastic.
Although there is one horse,
I don't know you're going to...
Albion Photos held a special place in my heart ever since he won his first Gold Cup. So if he was to regain it, it'd just be magic.
Definitely would, you know. I think forecast for a tornado.
There we go.
What about...
That wouldn't be too bad.
The family one too, that'd be fantastic.
Is that it?
He'd love it to be.
What about Royal Goodbye
I was going
with
to
the
say
rain?
that. Yeah, Venetia's runners, we saw that yesterday. I mean,
Their horses are popping.
when Brave Man's Game got pulled out yesterday, obviously you just naturally fancy Venetia's horses on softer ground just to do the job there. She's an animal
She's
training
had a
winners.
second in the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, second, sorry, in the Champion Chase. She's had a winner. She's had a winner again today, the amateur race.
The Royal guy ran in this race previously.
Maybe you might look at the ground, and if it's sunny as it was today in the early part of tomorrow, it might drive even more. Like you said, it could be good in the conditions, and it might go against him.
It's not going to go quick. It's going to be softer than he's had before.
I think if it was heavy, it'd be right
Like
up the
this
street. Yeah.
There was a good frost last night, by the way. I don't know, I woke up this morning. Mate, my dad de-iced my car. My dad de-iced my car this morning.
God, he's a good guy. Isn't he?
I had to get to the opening show, so I left a bit earlier, but yeah. But no, it was
But you were
proper
late.
frost. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting race. Manila Indo,
I think Manila Indo finds an extra leg around Cheltenham. You know, all season people had fancied him going for the King George, and I thought I didn't really worry about him. You watch him and see what he's doing in King George, but you know, you wouldn't worry about him there. His form last year was awful, pretty much in the lead up to it. And I think once he gets out here in Cheltenham, March, bit of Sunday's back, I think he could be the
He
one.
run really well in the Ryanair the year before, hadn't he?
He was he placed behind Champ and Alaho in
That's it, in
the
the
RSA.
RSA,
Won the
yeah,
Albert
yeah,
Bartlett as a
yeah.
50-to-1 shot.
Yeah,
Like he's always came in here under the radar.
And he even beat the commander of fleet who won the Coral Cup in the Albert Bartlett that year as well. So
Like,
the
that's
form
serious
just stacks
form.
up. Yeah.
well, what else tomorrow, Josh? You've probably got your eye on many of the other races. Anything else tickle your fancy that our viewers on After Hours should know about?
My week firmly revolves around Stateman in the county hurdle. I think that he could be a potential graded horse in a handicap. I'm hoping so anyway. Last year we had Galpin Deschamps who mopped up in the Martin Pike. The year before, Saint-Roy and Mullins as well, and I'm hoping he could be the one. And then one in the Martin Pike to get me out of trouble, hopefully, would be Hollow Games for Gordon Elliott. I think he's a graded novice chaser next year. I like that angle in the race, and he'll stay forever and should like conditions as well.
Can I just say though, you're our genius, punter, tipster, everything else. He's just the pretty boy on the side, but
No, he knows about this. Well, he doesn't know about
Are we
it.
allowed to
We were
say?
down. Yeah, we can say.
So,
So,
are you
so
allowed to
me-
say, you say what you're allowed to say of what's happened today.
No, so Josh-
He's had a good day. You've nearly earned as much
yeah,
as he has.
yeah, we. Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, we had a good day. Obviously, Love and Boy. Me and Josh actually. This is the amazing thing. Josh tipped this horse up. Oh yeah, I watched this horse on debut.
Tell us what happened.
Okay, well she was great. Saw her on debut. Second time out, I was thinking, how's
Yeah.
Loving Boy?
And
6-to-1 shot. Back to then. Anyway, I've been up with the owners last few days. We were literally. This is quite a good story. Actually. Been up with the owners. I was Noel Feely's wife. A lot of them. They were so. This weather is fantastic. And basically, we know Loving Boy. She's quite quirky. Runs like Friends from Phoebe from Friends. She's a bit like all over the shop, but does it her own way, like good mares do. And obviously, so we've had the house. So we had the house on her, didn't we?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had the house on her.
Literally.
She's only gone in one going away at the line. It was quite, and then I bumped into Josh down there. We were kind of laughing out with the winning connections.
Are we allowed to know
why
how
not?
much?
Yeah, eight and a half.
It's
Eight and a
like
half.
8.5 large runs.
No, sorry, not 8.5, 6.5.
Oh.
Six
Well,
and a half,
still,
sorry.
6.5. I'm not.
I had to go. We had to go, but I know Josh would have had it.
Where is the party tonight?
I like it.
Look, you're not going to win that much money. Hang out with
They haven't paid me out yet.
Hang out with a festival winning
The party's right here. You're in the party table. The party table's right here. We've had a good day, but yeah, that was a nice moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Playing it down, I think, right? Inside.
No, don't.
5
You can
minutes
see
after
me.
the race,
You look
you're
on my
absolutely buzzing.
I know. I was my Instagram story. My friend got a video. I was like screaming our own. Amazing performance. But that was you've publicly you've liked that horse for this race all season.
Yeah, I put up 10 horses to follow at the start of the year, and she was one of them.
Have I told the story about it? When Noel bought that horse for sales, it got back to Harry's, and Harry's like, what the hell's this? And then someone who'd taken it to sales and looked after it rang and said, did you know that when they vetted that horse and they launched it with lead on the lines, it was soon to...
Really?
And Harry's going, oh my god, and Noel's like, it'll be all right, it's a really good horse. And that's it. They bought it.
I was with a couple of people. Simon Clare was saying how they were there bidding for that horse.
Yeah.
Well, he was gonna. potentially get involved in that, and they stopped it at about 47 or something.
She's done so
Yeah,
well.
she's,
And well done to Harry Fry. Brilliant for him to be back in the winners enclosure here. The sales are going on now, actually. You could spend some of your 6.5 buying a racehorse.
Flora Port, I was about to say. Where do we find one? Well, tell me which one to buy. We'll go have it. We'll go ask if you want.
I think we better get on. You better get to your party. I think the traffic's nearly gone now. We need to let this man get going.
Well, we will. Rosie, you going to join us? Rosie, absolute
Rosie?
legend.
Come on, Rosie. Come on, Princess.
She's Rosie, you've dressed in green today.
Green.
I don't know.
Thank you. We had a bit of a debate earlier whether I was in green or teal.
Teal is green.
It is bottle green.
Bottle green's lovely.
Apparently.
You look great.
Look at this waist.
She always looks great.
I've already had to unnotch the belt because I ate so much food earlier. All I've done is restaurants and wine today, guys.
It's
been a hard
tough,
day.
babe.
You've been out and about with Barry, haven't you?
I've been out about Barry. He's done his racing career and he's actually moving into a cocktail career. And actually, this is from yesterday. We went out and we made some cocktails with Glenfarclas. It was amazing.
Let's see it.
Yeah. Well, I've absolutely had to drag Barry down to Glenfarclas this morning. Barry, I'm so sorry about this.
I know, it's against my wishes, but we're here.
We're here. So while we're here, I think we should have a go at making a cocktail. How about you?
We might taste it as well.
Yeah, I think we should. Well, to show us how to make a cocktail, because I don't know how to make one, Pavo, over to you, please. It's a big
I
sip.
went for seconds. Really good, beautiful.
Tell you what, I'm going to double straw. Oh, now that's nice. Oh, that's really
I
good.
can't imagine mine is going to taste that good, Pava.
Well, it's our turn now. Barry, you ready? Steady?
Go.
Good luck from Pavo.
A lot of ice in these.
Well, it sort of is a race, because life, you know, it is a race. Is that too much? No.
Whatever. It's a new technique, yeah. That's okay.
Sonic, could you finish it? Barry, what happened?
Don't worry about mine, right?
Okay, sorry, apologies.
Don't forget about the garnish.
I didn't forget the garnish. And I'll clean up the mess later.
Well done.
Oh, that's much stronger.
Really good. Oh, wow. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, that was great fun, and they're actually really delicious. Make sure you come down to the orchard and into Glenfarclas, because this is the raspberry spritz, and it is delicious.
Beautiful.
Rosie, one of you. That looks.
You guys try this, because I've actually already tried it.
That looks strong.
So, we were only meant to put in 50 ml of the actual alcohol, but Barry and I just went, is that 50, 150, 200?
You don't do measures.
Don't do measures at all. This isn't the actual one we make, 'cause they actually sold out of our one.
Do you drink?
This is sours, isn't it?
No, I actually.
This is sours.
Here, so you'll have to knock
Is
back.
it
Sours, yeah, sours, Glenfarclas Classic. This is.
Look, this is the
That's a
drink of
banter.
champions.
Hot chockey.
Hot chocolate. That's the celebration.
Do you know, you can actually get some of this next year's festival. Let's have a look at how you get your tickets. Next year is going to be on sale very soon, so make sure you head over to the Cheltenham website to hear when tickets will go live. Don't miss out. Today and tomorrow have all been sold out for a long time now, so make sure that you are first to get in the game and sign up, and you'll hear when you can get your tickets for the 2023 Cheltenham Festival.
That was a
We've got what you're in. I just want to say thank you, Josh Stacey. Great insight, well done, my
Well
friend.
done for backing a winner,
Yes.
but more importantly, well done for riding a winner.
Danny, top work. Rosie out and about
We can
again,
only dream,
fantastic.
team. We can only dream.
You can get your thing. Alice, you've been great.
Mate,
There we go.
congratulations.
That's been a good
What a
day.
day.
Porter and a memoir.
Yeah. For all of them. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See
We
you
go
tomorrow.
again.